And it's one of the new organ donor laws Governor Schwarzenegger signed today at Stanford. There he was joined by Apple CEO Steve Jobs. He received a liver transplant last year. ABC-7's Lyanne Melendez joins us now with the story. Lyanne.
Well, Cheryl, of course, the key word here is living. The registry is only for those thinking of donating a kidney because we can continue living with just one. It was signed today, and it will take about 6 months for it to be in place.
Governor Schwarzenegger and Apple's CEO Steve Jobs have become powerful advocates for organ donations.
When you sign up as a donor, you're immediately armed with the power of saving up to 8 lives.
And Jobs is living proof of that. He received a liver transplant last year.
As a transplant recipient, I know how precious this gift of life is.
Here's what the governor's signature did today for organ donations. First, California will now have a living donor registry for kidney transplants, meaning anyone can sign up to donate one of their 2 kidneys and still live an active life. Second, private employers must now allow workers to take paid time off to make a bone marrow or organ donation. That's State Senator Mark DeSaulnier's bill.
It requires employers to provide 5 days if somebody is going to donate bone marrow and up to 30 days for a transplant.
DeSaulnier says knowing that one can still get paid serves as an incentive for people to sign up. Megan Williams lost her daughter Michelle because she couldn't find a match within the Asian American community.
When we diagnosed she had leukemia, and the Vietnamese people don't know much about us.
According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, 6.3% of the candidates on the waiting list for transplants are Asian American. But in 2009, they made up only 3% of organ donations. 10-year-old Luke Doe was fortunate. He found a match within that community.
He was the only close enough match for my son, and without him donating some stem cell, my son would not be here today.
The third piece of legislation signed into law today states that patients on Medi-Cal will continue to get anti-rejection medication for up to 2 years after a transplant.
And also in that first legislation, when you go to the Department of Motor Vehicles, the DMV, and fill out an application, instead of being asked to volunteer to be a donor, you will now be required to choose to either be in or be out. In other words, to choose to donate or not at this time, Dan.
Okay, Lyanne, thanks a lot. Lyanne Melendez reporting.